Hey everyone, back to you into this video. Going to do the 5th Christmas update this evening. We're going to have a look at the CFS 9 monthly forecast for our website meteorseal.fr, and we're going to be extending out through Christmas period, starting in the middle of December and going through Christmas into start of 2015. Remember, this is just for fun, it's just for amusement purposes only. It's very difficult to pin down one day's weather many weeks in advance. The idea behind this is that we've done 4 updates so far. We'll do more updates going up to Christmas, and eventually we should see a trend emerging. I think we have had a bit of a trend over the updates that we've done so far, the 4 that we've done so far. I think that has been a bit of a trend in the pattern, which is quite unsettled, sort of late December period, but quite often quite cold, with sort of blocking around, not desperately cold scenarios by any means, but certainly all of the updates really have had enough sort of blocking around, maybe not on Christmas Day itself, but around the Christmas period, to at least be of interest. And that's really what we're doing with this. We're looking for trends in the general direction of where the weather could be going through to the second half of December. But obviously trying to pin the weather down for one day at this juncture is very, very difficult. So it's really just the trends in terms of the bigger picture that we are actually looking for. So it's the CFS 9 monthly forecast from the website meteorseal.fr. You can find a link down on my links page. This was generated at midday yesterday. There's a 24-hour delay on these charts coming through, so it's generated midday on Monday yesterday, the 10th of November. Right, so before I get on that, I just want to talk about the ads. There's links to articles on most of the pages, so click through if there's anything you want to read about. There are green keyword ads on some pages, so if you write just green keywords, that's play ads, you click through word, go to Amazon's website, and Garage Shop is open, so if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon between now and Christmas, go through to Amazon via Garage Shop. That's the key. Go through the Amazon banners, and because you click through from Garage Webbies to Amazon, we will get a revenue fee on things that you're purchasing. Thanks so much for doing that. Right, let's start off on the 15th of December then, and here we go. Again, very similar to the charts we've looked at so far through the other 4 updates. We've got low pressure out to northwest, high pressure to south, a strong westerly flow. It's unsettled, it's relatively cool, well, near normal temperatures really, but there's bouts of rain and perhaps gale force winds coming in off the Atlantic. Now, as we move out beyond that and we move through in towards the 16th, on in towards the 17th, that low pressure becomes a major feature for a time as it spirals off in towards Scandinavia. Then we get this bit of a ridge coming in, but it's all very westerly sort of base going through to the 17th and on into the 18th of December. High pressure building to the south, low pressure out in the Atlantic, and actually drawing up quite a warm, or certainly very mild, southwesterly wind by the time we get through to the 17th of December. That doesn't last too long, because as we move through into the 19th, this low pressure comes through and sort of flattens everything off, brings them a bout of rain. The air becomes cooler again behind that low pressure, but it's still all very westerly based, so nothing particularly cold there. A very westerly dominated sort of scenario as we move through the 19th on in towards the 20th. So we get to the 21st of December, shortest day of the year, of course, the winter equinox. We're bringing another area of low pressure through again. This brings severe gales, heavy bouts of rain. Notice to the far north of that low pressure, across far north Scotland, winds are beginning to go in towards the east, so it implies the jet stream beginning to push southwards a little bit with this area of low pressure. So cold air could be starting to dig into the far north of Scotland, but generally the rest of the country still quite mild, wet and windy. So move through the 21st on in towards the 22nd, and what we're going to find happening is that eventually that low pressure is going to start to push away to the east as we get through in towards the 22nd on in towards the 23rd of December. The low pressure is pushing away, and the wind here is going into the east and the northeast. So much colder air starts to dig in after 21st, get 22nd, 23rd. Much colder air is beginning to dig in. Rain could turn to snow as that low pressure clears away, and then we're in a much colder northerly to easterly flow, and there'll be some hard night frost and maybe some snow showers in the north and the east with that. So we're running up to Christmas and it's turning really quite calm. So we get through to Christmas Eve. This is the chart for Christmas Eve, the latest one from the CFS model, and it still is a very cold scenario. We're in this slack northerly flow, very least, there'd be hard overnight frost, maybe some snow showers in the north and the east as well. Daytime temperatures would only be 2 or 3 degrees. Nighttime temperatures would be several degrees below freezing on Christmas Eve. So that is a cold Christmas there being displayed by tonight's CFS. As we move through in towards Christmas Day, bring a little feature in across England Wales. That's quite interesting. That could bring some snow if that came off. But of course, as I said at the start, you can't really pinpoint this down to one particular day. So let's not get too carried away with that. The overall idea is that it's a cold Christmas on this particular run of the CFS one. So we get through into Christmas Day, on in towards Boxing Day, and the cold weather continues. So it's cold for all 3 days of Christmas. The low pressure clears away to the east. It could bring some snow to the south on Christmas Day. And then Boxing Day, the high pressure is building over the country, really keeping it dry, very cold, frosty. Temperatures will probably be below freezing all day by this point. There'll be some very hard overnight frost. Moving through to the 27th, that high pressure is still dominating. We're bringing in a cold easterly wind down across the south. That could bring some wintry showers, or some snow showers anyway, down to the south of the country. But then as we run up in towards the start of the new year, the high pressure begins to recede a little bit, starts to slip back, and we begin to bring low pressure influences up from the south and the west. Again, that could have some snow associated with it, but eventually milder air is trying to come in. But that's a 4 or 5 day spell of cold weather, really, over the Christmas period. So we've got a cold Christmas if that came off, certainly very seasonal. But we get through to New Year's Eve and the Atlantic's breaking through then. We're firmly back into the west, so yeah, it could bring a band of snow across the country sometime around the 27th, 28th, 29th, but then it turns milder, and by New Year's Eve we're back into a westerly, and we start 2015 in that westerly as well. Gale force winds and bouts of heavy rain coming through, and then running into the first days of 2015, very unsettled with showers or longer spells of rain. Reasonably mild, certainly nothing as cold as it is over the Christmas period, although by the time you get through to the 6th, 12th night, maybe signs that high pressure is beginning to come back over Scandinavia, possibly trying to bring cold air back. But that's the most interesting one that we've had so far. It still isn't a severely cold sort of depths of winter scenario that is showing, but it's certainly the coldest one that we've had so far, and plenty of interest there over the Christmas period. If that came off, it would be very seasonably cold, lots of frosty weather, and I'm sure there'd be some wintry conditions around in places as well. So certainly that's the most interesting one, and all the updates that we've done, really bar the first one maybe, have been of interest. This one is more interesting than any that we've done so far. Very encouraging trends, I think, this year so far anyway, if you want something a little bit more seasonal over the Christmas period. We will do the next update. We're a Tuesday day, so probably the next update on Thursday. Come back for that, see what the next instalment of the soap opera shows. But that's it for now, and thanks for watching.